My name is Tim, you're watching Cybersport.com, and we're coming at you straight out of Rift Rivals here in Berlin. And after a literal train ride, and train wreck for the other side, of a match, Xerxe is joining me. Thank you very much, man.
Hello, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, I understand that with that game on your back. I'm literally going to go in. This is the first game, and I won't spoil. I probably just did. This is the first game where you've actually been like lurking mid. You haven't ganked mid a lot in any of these games, except for that insane sack thing out of nowhere just now. Like, why is that? It seems as though almost that you've all kind of just let Exile do his thing. You do you, and then we'll go gank some other lane. Is that a thing, or does it just happen?
Nowadays, like we've seen that he has like some problems, and we try to help him. And I want to help him with his like problems and in game as well. So I thought that it would be better for our team to play for mid lane right now. Okay, so you're focusing mid that way.
And again, I mean, speaking of mid, all the teams on most of the games that have won due to early aggression. You know, and yet for a lot of these games, you guys were going kind of late, scaly somehow, and that changed obviously in the last game. But even the game before that, where you were kind of like banning out early aggression Elise, but late game Tristana and Twitch. So it kind of like, what were you trying to do? I mean, what was the plan going into that?
When we go into a game, we don't really like plan on picking only late game, like those scaling champions, and sometimes it just happened to be. And Chachi doesn't like playing with Elise, so we just ban it for now.
Okay. So there was actually no plan. You just kind of went, don't like it, don't like it.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, so how do you see this whole scaling thing, though? Because, I mean, you have all tended lately to subconsciously maybe pick late game champions, like late game scaling. And in a current like Rift Rival meta where everything is super early, that's given you some trouble. The games that you've lost have been because of that. How do you see that scaling thing if you like to look at it and kind of assess whether that's what's tripping you up, really?
I think we had like problems with the early game in general because we weren't playing at our full potential, and we weren't paying attention to the map. Even though, let's say, we knew where the enemy jungler is, we would still like chase into that part of the map where the jungler is, and we are not playing around me. Then I don't like this because this is how the early like snowballs begins.
Okay, because that's actually the thing. You said chasing the enemy jungler. Normally, you're a very aggressive jungler. I mean, you're a very aggressive jungler, and you'll go in there and you'll punish them. But this time, Contracts kind of got to be the aggressive one, and you weren't really meeting him like on aggression, even when he was like level 3 ganking over and over again. You were kind of farming and going bot instead. Was this a plan? Was this a change of plan, or was this just kind of what happened, or what was that?
The problem is they dove our mid laner at level 3. And I was a bit behind as well because they invaded my Raptors. We got a kill, but that was good for bot lane, but I was behind. And we had Kassadin, which is like really late game champion and is pretty weak in the early, and we cannot really fight them 2v2. So I tried to cover for him, but they just dove him, and then they just play around it because it's Kassadin press 6, like there is nothing he can do.
No. Okay. I don't actually have a good segue for this. I wanted to kind of go like, something you said, but I have one question I really want to ask you. Hecarim, you know? I mean, we never see Hecarim, and yet you pick Hecarim. You have this fondness for Hecarim. And it worked quite well. What is it you see in this champion? Why is he a priority for you?
I don't think it's really a priority. It's just that I've been playing him since his release, and he's been my main champion. And this is the champion I used to climb in solo queue, and it fits really well with our team.
I'm going to avoid the obvious joke that you just compared your team to solo queue.
I wasn't like... I was more saying about that he's resembling a unicorn, but that's fine as well.
I'll take that as well. For tomorrow's games, obviously going in, there is still a chance that it will be you or Fnatic facing off definitely against TSM. If you had to change something about your style, if there's something that you have to be like aware of, is there a a weakness on your team that you need to address before facing off against TSM, what would it be?
I think the problem yesterday was we fell really behind in mid game, like mid lane. And today we tried to help him, and he did really well. And in team fights he was providing a lot. So I think if we just help Xerxe get through laning phase, and I think our macro is overall better, and our team fights are really good.
Okay, so going in again, like emphasizing on fighting more than anything, because you play a faster game than they do. I'm going to be honest. Like, do you expect it's going to be you or Fnatic? Because currently, Fnatic have been struggling, but they've not actually shown like a lot of potential. And sure, you've lost some games, but the ones you won before they were even started. I mean, like, bang, done, next. Do you feel that it's you or Fnatic that stands the best chance? And more importantly, why?
Well, obviously I'm going to say us, because
that's why I want the why.
And I don't know why or what's happening with Fnatic, because lately, even in LCS, they weren't playing that well. They were kind of struggling with low tier teams, but I think they are still good, but they're not as aggressive as they used to be for some reason. And I think they might have like problems in drafting as well. And Cannon got nerfed as well, yeah. So they nerfed Reckless indirectly.
Okay, well, cool. Well, thank you very much. For those of you at home, if you have any ideas on who's going to be in the finals and why, there is a comment section down there. I suggest you use it. And for more on Rift Rivals, stay tuned to cybersport.com. Cheers. Oh, I like that.